summer of 1974, we were in Athens when we heard that a situation was developing in Cyprus. Everyone was on the alert. It was a general mobilization, and soon we heard that there was an invasion in Cyprus by the Turkish army, and an occupation followed. This occupation has lasted now 39 years, and is an occupation that keeps 1/3 of the territory of a free state under foreign military control. It is an occupation that created refugees within their own country. It is an occupation that has taken and destroyed properties, churches, monasteries. It is an occupation that continues to constitute a shameful situation, something that is against any idea of equal rights, respect of property, respect of ethnicity, respect of the right to live in a place in which your ancestors have been living for hundreds, if not for thousands of years. This is a situation that continues, not to talk also about not only the dead, but the people who are still missing, and the drama of families that they don't know if their relatives whom they lost are alive or dead, or if they are in some area, remote area, in the depths of Anatolia. We feel the pain. We feel the pain for the injustice. We feel the pain for the hypocrisy of the strong nations that don't stand up against such a situation. But we feel that no matter what happens, the very will of the people of Cyprus, and also their strong belief in the assistance to a God who is a God of justice and freedom and truth, will finally prevail, and they will come when this occupation will end, and when the July of 1974 will be replaced by a month and a date when the people of Cyprus, all the people of Cyprus, will be united under one state in a condition of freedom and a possibility to progress and happiness as a basic identity for any human being on earth. We pray and we are sure for the final outcome.
Along the crossroads of East and West, and amongst the mightiest of cultures, the island of Cyprus has continued since the dawn of civilization to prosper and create. Cypriots cultivated the land, carved and chiseled rocks, stones, marble, extracted, smelted, and gave forms of art to precious copper, to gold and silver. They accepted and absorbed valuable exchanges and transactions brought to them by sea from countries near and far. The island continued to create relentlessly and create bridges and links between great civilizations. Cyprus culture has existed for millennia and has left indelible footprints deeply engraved on the world's cultural map. The island's civilization was studied and assessed by the world's best scientists and has rightfully earned its position as the core of Mediterranean culture, the cradle of world civilization. Culture is a fundamental human right, a safeguard of human existence and the necessary connection with the past, so as to ensure the correct route to the future. It is an expression of society and an essential tool of education. Culture is one of the most precious human rights. It expresses and praises mankind and its deeds and is found deeply rooted everywhere within the soil, on stone or rock, on clay, canvas or paper. Culture is and always will be one of the most important dimensions of human life.
Whenever there is a war, it's actually women's bodies that are attacked, and the body of a woman is the battlefield. So that's the first target. The second one is the cultural heritage. The libraries, the churches, the holy places. And the third part is the name. To change the names is to change the identity, basically. So this is taking place everywhere in the world where there is a conflict or a war. Cyprus is not an exception. But today, to see this devastation and the dismantling of the old churches and the old European history is to me shocking. It's so upsetting, and my heart is full of sorrow. I had to leave a few moments ago. I couldn't see this. It breaks my heart to see that places that people have considered holy are dismantled and vandalized in such an awful way. I mean, it doesn't matter what we do today if the solution of the conflict isn't solved first.
We have, though, international law on our side. There is a very important international treaty called the Hague Convention, which was issued in 1954, and it today has about 115, 120 member states.
I was in the UNESCO board for many years. And of course we could address the problems, we could restore some of the buildings, but if people are still using them over again as barns for their animals, as storage places, if people are vandalizing them, we need protection, first of all.
In the case of northern part of Cyprus, as you know, we have very difficulty in intervening directly because the UN cannot. So we can only appeal to Turkey and whatever entities is there, to respect, because these are things that they belong to international civil society. I mean, they have to respect it.
For over 37 years now, since the Turkish army invaded the territories of the Republic of Cyprus in 1974, Cypriots are deprived of their fundamental right to their culture and civilization. Since then, Cypriot culture has suffered a huge blow. Looting and destruction of Christian monuments, illegal exportation of works of art, illegal excavations within sites belonging to the Department of Antiquities of the Republic. Added to all these insults against world civilization is the illegal demographic alteration. More than 1,600,000 settlers have been brought over from Turkey since 1974, altering in this manner the demographic character of the island. Since 1974, numerous mosques have been built in the occupied part of Cyprus, altering in this way not only the character, but also the history of this island. Greek Cypriots need to show passports in their own country when they want to visit their villages, homes and neighbourhoods, pay entrance fees to visit sites, monuments and churches that belong to them. The original Greek names of the villages of Cyprus are printed on maps dating to the Middle Ages. They are to be found in porcelain charts and a solarea. And yet, Turkish names were given to villages, to roads, to place names, to monuments. Cypriot traditions, cultural richness, all perish under the boots of the Turkish soldiers. World-famous archaeological sites like Engomi, Salamis, Soli and Vouni, temples, theatres, palaces and entire cities, a living proof of our ancestors' presence and creation, are today under Turkish military occupation, with irreversible consequences both for their existence and their physical survival. Museums were looted, private collections sold abroad. International conventions govern archaeological excavations carried out in areas under military occupation. However, these conventions are repeatedly violated, and illegal excavations continue to take place in areas that within the exclusive competence and jurisdiction of the legal state, such as Salamis, Engomi, and Soli. Findings illegally exported, disrupting in this manner the continuity of our civilization. And all this is done without any conviction or any serious consequences for Turkey. Precious samples of Cypriot culture were found in Western markets and the US. Treasures of Cypriot antiquity, priceless Byzantine icons and mosaics, manuscripts, paintings, books, all sold, while the entire civilized world watched with indifference the huge theft and fraud that was and still is being carried out against a culture and a civilization. The 575 Christian monasteries, churches and chapels are held hostage by the Turkish army that continues to occupy the northern part of Cyprus. Churches belonging to the Orthodox, the Catholic, the Anglicans, the Maronites, the Armenians, places of Christian prayer and worship, most in terrible condition. Some turn to warehouses, or junkyards, or restaurants, all unprotected, uncared, empty of the valuable and cherished contents, all left wide open to the northerly winds and rain. The occupation regime allows the Greek Cypriot displaced people to perform the divine liturgy to a very limited number of churches in their native towns, and only once or twice a year. Even in these rare occasions, the occupation regime imposes arbitrary restrictions. People are not allowed to pray in their churches. People cannot exercise this basic human right. Since 1974, 19 churches and chapels dating from the 15th to the 19th centuries have been completely destroyed, eradicated from the cultural map. 100 churches are in a terrible state and are in imminent danger of collapsing. 85 churches were turned into mosques. And yet, the government of Cyprus has restored a very important holy place for the Muslims, Hala Sultan Tekke, whereas it takes particular care and restores Ottoman monuments and places of worship. A Gothic church in Nicosia, St. Mary of the Augustines, that was transformed to a mosque in 1570 and belongs to the Antiquities Department of the Republic of Cyprus, was offered to the Muslim population of Nicosia for their religious needs. For over 37 years, the legitimate government of the Republic of Cyprus calls for help and sympathy from the civilized world to save all these monuments. These monuments do not belong only to the Cypriots. They belong to the global community.
See, for us, heritage is not political. Because for us, of course, heritage is an expression of culture, an expression of human society, human history, and so on. So for us, it's normal to see heritage as a common.
In the 21st century, the rich, ancient civilization of Cyprus, a member state of the European Union, is threatened by the continuing illegal military occupation of over a third of its territory by Turkey. Rescuing these monuments should be the duty of all.
My name is Philip Christopher. I'm president of the International Coordinating Committee Justice for Cyprus. This past Sunday, July 21st, we commemorated the 39th anniversary of the tragic invasion of Cyprus by Turkey. 39 years ago, the nation of Turkey, a country of 75 million people, invaded the small Republic of Cyprus, and for 39 years has been occupying 38% of the island. 200,000 people remain refugees in the island. 500 Christian churches have been destroyed completely. They have either been made into stables or they have been made into discotheques. Mosques have replaced the historic churches in the northern part of the Republic. 700,000 Anatolians from Turkey have been imported and have been settled in the northern part of the Cyprus, thus changing the demographics of the island and replacing the 200,000 Greek Cypriots that were forcibly removed from their homes. This, despite UN resolutions, despite human rights violations, despite European court decisions, Turkey continues to maintain 43,000 troops in the island, continues to colonize the island, changing the demographics and the character of this small island, was the first Christian state and has a history of over 3,000 years. Today, the Republic of Cyprus is a member of the European Union, a member of the United Nations, and the Republic of Cyprus, along with its people, for 39 years, have been fighting for freedom and justice. As we commemorate this 39th anniversary, we call on all Americans to help the Republic of Cyprus fight for justice, freedom, and human rights. The Republic of Cyprus is probably the best ally of the United States in the Middle East. Cyprus has been there for the United States every step of the way. During the Lebanon crisis, the Republic of Cyprus became the airport of our Marines. Recently, during the Iraq War, the Republic of Cyprus became the port for all of our ships. The Republic of Cyprus was the first country to sign the Anti-Terrorist Act and cooperate fully with the United States of America in the best interest of the United States to curtail terrorism against the United States. The Republic of Cyprus has an alliance with Israel, and Israel and the Republic of Cyprus are the only two true democracies in the Middle East, and the only two non-Islamic, non-Muslim countries. It is indeed sad that as we commemorate this 39th anniversary, Turkey, the nation of 75 million people that inspires to become a member of the European Union, continues to occupy 38% of the Republic of Cyprus and continues to violate UN resolutions and European laws. We call on our United States congressmen, our United States senators, to continue to put the pressure. We call on our administration and President Obama to continue to put the pressure on Turkey to withdraw its troops, to allow Greek refugees to return to their homes, to allow the island to be reunified, and to allow all the people of Cyprus to live in harmony, in peace, and with human dignity. This is our cause that we have been fighting for 39 years. During this past 39 years, we have not spared any time, effort, or money trying to promote the fight of the people of Cyprus. This past week, we were in Washington, D.C. We met with state officials, we met with congressmen, senators, the National Security Council, and we have once again updated them on the situation. The most dangerous situation, continued colonization of the island, the continued importation of Turks from Turkey that violates all rules and all laws. As we continue this fight, it is our hope that the discovery of hydrocarbon gas, the alliance between Cyprus and Israel, the cooperation between the United States, Israel, and Cyprus and Greece will bring new results. It is our hope that Turkey will see the light, that they will withdraw its troops and stop the Islamization of a historic Christian state. It's the 39th anniversary of the tragic invasion of Cyprus. I urge all American citizens to continue to support the people of Cyprus who are fighting for freedom and justice. I know many of you are disappointed, many of you are frustrated due to the lack of progress on the Cyprus issue. But I have to remind all of you that we must have the courage to continue this fight until we see a free and united Cyprus that allows all its people to live with human dignity in their own country.
My name is Peter Lucas. I'm the Vice President of the Cyprus Federation of America. Just yesterday, we paid tribute to the fallen heroes of the Turkish occupation. For 39 years, our country is under the occupation of Turks. And we, as the Cyprus Federation and as the International Coordinating Committee, will pay tribute to the fallen heroes just yesterday. All the Cypriot organizations was there. The Archbishop DEMETRIOS, as always, is there, and he officiated the memorial, and we're very grateful to the Eminence for is always on our side. And as the Vice President of the Cyprus Federation, I'm proud and thankful that we have Archbishop in our sides in any event. For 39 years, we've been fighting. The Cyprus Federation of America and all the organizations, the International Coordinating Committee, is fighting for one purpose and one purpose only: to free the land of Cyprus and to reunite Cyprus as one country. This is what we are fighting, and we're going to continue fighting until one day we go back to Gerinia, and one day the Cyprus is reunited.
Cyprus is an island steeped in legend and bathed year-round in the golden light of the Mediterranean sun. It is at once a modern country and a compact world of alluring beaches and fragrant mountain peaks, ancient ruins that stir the imagination, citrus groves and old stone villages. A place where a sense of timelessness is magnified by the big-heartedness and hospitality of the people. An eventful past 10,000 years long has seen civilizations come and go, and the likes of everyone from Alexander the Great to Cleopatra to Venetian nobles all stake claim to Cyprus. Aphrodite made her home in Cyprus, and travelers throughout antiquity came here to pay tribute to the goddess of love and beauty. Cyprus, an independent republic since 1960, is the third largest island in the Mediterranean, with an area of 9,251 square kilometers and a population of 760,000. It's said that if you were to launch a little sailing boat from the shores of Greece, the current would bring it straight to Cyprus, and that this is the reason why Mycenaean traders had already colonized Cyprus from the time of the Trojan War. Although 2,500 years have passed since then, not only do ships continue to arrive here from all over Europe and the rest of the world, but Cyprus's unique geographical location has today made it an ideal base from which to explore the neighboring countries in this fascinating region of the world. 3 local cruise companies operate very reasonably priced 2- to 5-day cruises in comfortable cruise liners. On these, you can visit Egypt, Israel, Lebanon, Syria, and the beautiful Greek islands. Egypt. This cruise includes a classical full-day shore excursion from Portside to Cairo, where you can visit the world-famous museum with its treasures of ancient Egypt and the magnificent finds from the tomb of Tutankhamun and other pharaohs. The next stop is the Giza Plateau to see the pyramids, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and the mysterious Sphinx. There is, of course, time for shopping in the bustling bazaars. Israel. In this cruise, the land excursion will take you from Haifa to a pilgrimage in the Holy Land, which includes visits to the revered places of Jerusalem and Bethlehem. Lebanon. The shore excursion begins with a tour of the cosmopolitan city of Beirut. You will visit the city center where centuries-old tradition combines with modern architecture in the vast rebuilding project. Next stop is Byblos, the oldest settlement in the world, where there's a fascinating combination of ancient ruins and a colorful bazaar. The excursion continues with a panoramic tour of Jounieh and a visit to the Church of the Lady of Harissa, located in a mountaintop 600 meters high with spectacular views. The last treat is a visit to a traditional Lebanese sweet shop where you can taste and buy local delicacies. Greece and the Greek islands. During the summer months, May to October, there are 2-day cruises to Rhodes and longer 5 to 7-day cruises in the Aegean. The itineraries are varied and surprising and include calls in such famous islands like Rhodes, Mykonos, Santorini, and lesser-known places but equally captivating. Today's Mycenaeans, those travellers whom a favourable wind brings for even a day to one of Cyprus's ports, have a unique opportunity to see legendary and historical places of world heritage close up. So from Limassol port, if you have only 3 hours available, you can first visit the medieval Crusader castle at Colossi. It was built by the Knights of St. John, who produced commandaria from the surrounding vineyards and exported it to Europe. Afterwards, further west, you can see Kourion, one of the ancient city kingdoms of Cyprus. Here you will see beautiful Roman mosaics of the early Christian era and the ancient theatre, while nearby is the sanctuary of Apollo. Should you have a further 3 hours at your disposal, you can head for Paphos. On the way, you'll come across the most famous beach in Cyprus. It was here that Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, was born. According to myth, she emerged from the foam at the seaside boulder called Petra του Ρωμιού, Aphrodite's rock. In Paphos itself, which was once the ancient capital of Cyprus, you can walk around the picturesque harbour and fort. Close by are the famous mosaics of the houses of Dionysus, Ionas and Achilleus, depicting scenes from Greek mythology. Here too are the tombs of the kings. Your final stop in Paphos has to be St. Paul's Pillar. Incredible as it may seem, all of this, the pine-clad Troodos mountain range, just an hour's drive from Limassol port, has the same origins as Aphrodite. It rose up out of the sea. The Troodos area contrasts greatly with the rest of Cyprus. Here you'll find peace and quiet and clear mountain air. The villages, monasteries and churches, scattered on the hillsides and among the valleys, all have their own story to tell. 10 Byzantine painted churches here are on the World Heritage List and have been declared protected monuments by UNESCO. One of the villages that you could visit is Fini, famous for generations for its pottery. Nearby is Lanya, which is known as the Village of Artists. Both Omodos and Kilani are picturesque villages known mainly for their wines. Kakopetria, famed for its traditional old houses, is one of the island's most popular hill resorts, together with Platres. There's always the possibility that you won't leave Limassol or Lemessos at all. It's the second largest town in Cyprus and it's a great place for shopping, in particular for leather goods, pottery and jewellery, as well as for sightseeing. Near the Old Port is the medieval castle which now houses the Cyprus Medieval Museum. Just outside Limassol to the east are the ruins of ancient Amethyst, one of the island's ancient city kingdoms. From both Limassol and Larnaca, Nicosia, the capital of Cyprus, is less than an hour away. From Limassol you have the chance to break your journey at its halfway point and visit the archaeological site of Chirokitia, This is one of the most impressive Neolithic settlements in the world and is also on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Nicosia, or Lefkosia, a modern European city with a cosmopolitan look and a population of around 200,000, with its old town built within 16th century Venetian walls, is known as the City of Museums. First among them is the Cyprus Museum, which houses the island's richest archaeological collection. And don't miss the Cyprus Handicraft Centre. Apart from these superb examples of folk art on display, you can actually watch potters, weavers, jewelers and woodcarvers at work. You'll find shops selling handicrafts, works of art and more in the Laiki Gitonia, the so-called popular neighbourhood within the walls where restored houses and shops recall how the town was in a bygone era. If you're travelling from Larnaca port, you can take more or less the same route as you would from Limassol. To the east, Agianapa is very close. This is Cyprus's leading tourist resort, full of luxury hotels and places of entertainment, with white sands and crystal clear waters. If you stay in Larnaca, you have a chance to see a celebrated church, that of St. Lazarus, which was first built in 800 AD. As well as an important Muslim place of pilgrimage, the Hala Sultan Tekke on the shores of Larnaca Salt Lake. Near the port is the marina, the famous promenade lined with palm trees, and the main shopping area nearby. If you feel like just a short trip out of Larnaca, you have at least two excellent choices. You can visit the beautiful Byzantine church at Kiti village, whose name Angeloktisti means built by angels, and which has some superb mosaics. Or you can go straight to Lefkara. The village itself is built in a very pretty traditional style from local stone. And here an excellent local dish is prepared in clay pots and old-style ovens. Don't leave without trying it. And once you've tasted it, you'd better leave at once, or you might have the same fate as the Mycenaeans. They also stopped off here for a while, and in the end, they stayed forever.
Atrium, or inner court, was the heart of a house, the main area of a building surrounded by rooms playing auxiliary role to the yard and where residents would retrieve only during chilly weather, rain, or hiding from unwanted onlookers. Sunny winter days, or summer cool day or night, residents would enjoy that in the yard, where they find serenity during winter and shade in summer, which are made by the building itself. There they worked, had fun, and slept in summer. Also from the rooms, they were enjoying a private view of the yard, which provides unique optical sensation. Simple pleasures such as family meals in the yard, friendly chat under a cool shade of a tree, summer sleep under the glimmer of stars are all an enjoyment of the past not available anymore. However, these simple things make the quality of family life a pleasant neighborhood, and even the whole town function culturally as well as resist the dull reality of our days. During summer, hot air rising naturally from the cobbled roads carries with it from under the main door low drifting cool air produced by vine leaves above the yard. Winter court, flooded by sunshine like a mirror, attracts, concentrates, and intensifies faded sun rays. In a summer evening, weak winds blowing at the eaves is forced to bend around it and flow faster, soaring up, and therefore causing air to glide in the yard. When the night comes, the cobbles are still hot as well as the air above them from the day heat. However, an odd, cool, gentle breeze blows from the yard. Descending chill of the night flows into the rooms while windows and doors of the court remain open. This is facilitated by hot cobbles and funnel-shaped yard alike. Rural houses were built by local constructors without a plan and were designed for the needs of the residents. It provided roof for family life as well as agricultural work of the owners. Its organizational structure reflects centrifugal character of the society. A yard fenced by walls and structures, or less frequently open to the garden, always remained the heart of a house, the main place of residence and work of the people and animals, but also provided access to various parts of the house. Usually a house consists of 2 or 3 stretched structures, pantries, and utility buildings arranged in a row or L-shaped. Position of rooms is shaped by the size of the yard. In a foothill area where houses are built on slopes, the yard is usually narrow and small. Where space is available, the yards are larger, normally square-shaped, and premises are placed in a row or in a U-shaped formation. The yard is fenced by a low stone fence or high brick fences depending on availability of construction material, knowledge, as well as local traditions. Yard entry is either through the entry door or through the semi-atrium door. Portio, or open entrance, usually called iliakos, is a characteristic element of a rural house. It plays a role of a lobby and is usually positioned at a right angle to the road. It leads from the road to the yard, usually through a room. Sometimes it reaches the upper floor too, while the stairs start here. Iliakos is a significant element of a house. This sun-oriented semi-atrium part of the house is open at one end to the yard through one or more rooms or supporting beams depending on material availability and construction knowledge in the area. Less commonly, 1 or 2 of its narrow sides are open. For instance, on a plain and in the Famagusta area we come across descriptions of iliakos with up to 5 rooms, while in the mountainous regions of the island they usually had just 1 room. The front run of iliakos, like the front of the house, may face the yard. In such cases it may be L-shaped following the shape of the house. Sometimes the second iliakos also exists on the upper floor. It also provides access to the joining rooms of the building. Joining room of iliakos between the house and the yard, open and closed, is the area for work, cooking, rest, as well as social activity of the residents. It also provides cover from sun and rain. One of its narrow sides is usually occupied by a stove or clay oven used for cooking, while opposite you will find a bowl for laundry. Iliakos represents a significant typical and morphological element in the whole building ensemble. At high altitudes, the landscape makes yards a rare occasion, while Iliakos is always there, but at the highest level of a house making a kind of veranda or lodging. As the yard is very small or does not exist at all, various chores take place in the open or in the iliakos. Very often a weaver's loom is set here because of a better lighting and economy of an already limited inner area of the house. At the same time, one can see the bypassers or chat with the neighbors during work. Grapes and other produce are laid here to dry. Common presence of iliakos and balconies at the outer side in the mountain area houses is a significant distinction from houses in the plain area where privacy is a rule. Transfer from ethnic to civil construction started at the end of the 19th and beginning of the 20th century almost simultaneously with the end of Turkish rule. Central iliakos is the entrance from the street, and 1 or 2 rooms are symmetrically located at both sides. Despite some minor variations, iliakos remains the central area of a house. It is also a joining element of the house as it provides access to the adjacent rooms. This is another sitting area of a house. In the past, iliakos was an open room to the yard, but then it was closed by a door, window, or stonework. When the upper floor of the house with a hall or another room is added, a staircase is also built. The yard does not play a major role anymore in the functional structure of the house, while it is given the role of a forecourt. Set symmetry becomes more flexible. Central iliakos preserves the same characteristics. However, one of the side rooms becomes bigger and functions as a reception area too. Inside the 3-sided formation, central iliakos continues, however, with more variations and exceptions from the symmetry perspective. One side of iliakos is separated by glass doors, while in some cases a rear veranda is also reconstructed.
It's nice and warm here.
The training pitches are beautiful.
Cyprus today is much more than sun, sea and sand. It is also an ideal sports destination. Dry, warm winters and 300 days a year of sunshine make Cyprus the perfect place for sports travellers.
We came here from Sweden to study.
And we found the good weather and excellent infrastructure.
Så alla borde ta och komma och besöka Cypern.
Much of the island's success in this field results from the wide range of up-to-date sports facilities, its high-quality service industry, its temperate climate, and the comfortable travel times between city, sea and mountains. An extensive flight network offering direct air links to most European destinations, as well as a sophisticated telecommunications infrastructure, means one is never far away from home base. Thanks to its safe and hospitable atmosphere providing ultimate peace of mind, Cyprus also offers athletes the choice of bringing their families along for an enjoyable break in the sun. Cyprus offers the sports individual, group or team a wide choice of quality hotel accommodation at affordable prices. Luxurious hotels provide fully equipped fitness centres and health spas with qualified personnel to provide the ideal setting in which to relax. Medical care is of the highest standard, combining advanced equipment and facilities with the expertise of highly skilled practitioners. Centres such as Nicosia's Ergometric are on hand to provide professional care for specific sports-related conditions and injuries. Numerous facilities all over the island offer rental of first-class sporting equipment. Many of these establishments provide service and repair facilities, so if you do bring your own equipment, you can rest assured that it's in professional hands. Most major sports are represented on the island by federations or associations who can help individuals, groups and teams with information on anything they need in Cyprus. Professional destination management companies can locate equipment, book training premises, arrange friendly matches and cater for all needs while on the island. Tens of top-flight football teams from Europe and beyond train on the island every year. Climatic conditions in Cyprus are ideal for football training from early November to May, with ample sunshine, minimal rain and average day temperatures ranging from 16 to 26 degrees Celsius. There are grass football fields, athletics facilities and training resources all located within a short distance of each other. The infrastructure in place can easily meet the demands of the most rigorous professional training program. Crystal Palace trained here recently and their coach and players all left Cyprus impressed.
Cyprus is top class, the people around here have been brilliant, the facilities are like tremendous, the training pitches are beautiful, it's just nice to be out here.
The people are very friendly, the hotel's been excellent, so we really enjoyed it. It's been nice and relaxed and the training ground's been excellent, so yeah, it's been a very, very worthwhile trip.
Well-equipped indoor and outdoor athletics facilities exist throughout Cyprus, ready to cater for the needs of your training discipline. Many international sports bodies have recognized Cyprus as the ideal training destination for their athletes. And it's easy to see why the national Olympic committees from different countries chose Cyprus as their pre-Games training destination ahead of the 2004 Athens Olympics. With visitors coming to Cyprus not just to train, but also for many other aspects of their sport, local professionals have set in place facilities to cater for a range of needs.
I believe this is
Cyprus is becoming an increasingly popular venue for international sports events, hosting regional and European conferences such as the 28th UEFA Ordinary Congress and the 2005 FIBA Europe Conference. Local professional companies can create tailor-made professional and recreational packages that can be adapted to suit delegations of any size in a variety of sports. Cyprus itself is also no stranger to hosting major world-class sporting events, such as the spectacular All-Star Day. And every year, the island hosts one of the world's most prestigious motorsports events, the annual Cyprus Rally. Considered by many to be the toughest event in the FIA World Rally Championship, the Cyprus Rally sees the world's best drivers do battle on the winding gravel tracks of the Troodos Mountains.
Welcome to the beautiful Mediterranean island of Cyprus for the opening event of the first ever Mountain Bike World Cup Marathon of Cyprus.
The first ever mountain bike World Cup marathon, organised by the UCI and Cyprus Tourism Organisation, is a perfect example of the logistical prowess of local event organisers. Carefully organised, great fun and broadcast internationally via the Eurosport satellite channel, the event proved once again that Cyprus truly is a sports destination for all seasons. For professional or recreational mountain bikers looking to head off the beaten track, there's an abundance of hidden trails along the coast or up in the mountains, all offering something new to discover. And, thanks to the excellent secondary roads winding through spectacular local countryside, Cyprus is the perfect place for road cycling and running. With the island offering ideal conditions for so many different sports, those who compete in multidiscipline events, such as the triathlon, are especially well served. English is widely spoken in Cyprus, ensuring easy communication wherever you go. And don't hesitate to ask the friendly and hospitable locals for help, just as this triathlon team from Switzerland did.
Excuse me, sir, can you please show me the direction to Petra to Romiou?
It's about 4 or 5 kilometers from here.
Goodbye, mister. Bye. Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you.
2, 1, go!
Marathons and half marathons are very popular with local and international athletes. Often, the organisers of these competitions offer athletes and spectators the chance to enjoy a spot of outdoor cultural entertainment prior to the prize-giving ceremony.
It's my first time. I've done a lot of races in Malta, in Mallorca and so on, but I like Cyprus, all the history here, the old buildings, the old churches, the countryside, and it's nice and warm here, not winter like in the Black Forest where I'm coming from, in Germany.
Many of today's professional sportsmen and women will admit that they're addicted to golf, and it's a game rapidly growing in stature here in Cyprus.
It attracts tourists, particularly during the winter months, where it is the high season for us and where a lot of golf courses in Europe are closed. We are pleased to be developing more courses over the course of the next few years to be able to accommodate all those who wish to come to the new golf destination.
A number of international standard 18-hole courses are now in place, and many international competitions have been held, including the Volvo Open. International competitions attract many golfers who come to Cyprus time and time again. Local sportsmen have enjoyed success at a national and international level, and shooting clubs can be found all over the island. The Cyprus Shooting Sports Federation provides facilities all over the island, covering the trap, skeet, double trap and sporting disciplines, as well as air rifle and air pistol ranges. And with the sparkling blue waters of the Mediterranean never far away, Cyprus is the perfect water sports destination, summer or winter.
2, 1.
Crystal clear with minimal tides, the waters off Cyprus are ideal for professional and recreational sport alike. Small wonder then that sportsmen and sportswomen head here to prepare for international competitions in swimming, sailing, windsurfing, canoeing, rowing and more.
We'll be very pleased if the athletes of other European countries, even from all over the world, come over here for the winter repairs. We have all the facilities as they are in Spain and Italy. We can give them good facilities out of the water. We can give them good boats.
And plans are even in place for water sports to take place further inland on the island's numerous dams. Two of the island's best-known beauty spots, the dams of Irmasoya and Polemidia, are set to become major training grounds and competition arenas for canoeing and water skiing, as well as tranquil havens for angling. In fact, swimmers can enjoy the best of both worlds. The island boasts excellent open waters, plus a number of swimming pools, both indoor and outdoor.
It's a really outstanding pool, I think one of the best in Europe. Not only the pool, but also the equipment around it, for timing, for making video. It's really great.
For those looking to explore beneath the surface, everything from snorkeling to wreck diving is available. After a hard day's training, whether you're a professional athlete or simply a recreational enthusiast, you'll be looking to unwind. And this Mediterranean island knows how to keep visitors entertained. Relax on one of the sandy beaches. Work off the tension playing your favorite sport. Discover the rich culture and history of Cyprus. And when the daylight fades and it's time to wind down and relax for the evening, head for a friendly village taverna to enjoy local cuisine and traditional entertainment, or head for one of the many cultural events that take place all year round. And remember, the holiday island of Cyprus is where you should be enjoying your favourite sport. All year, every year. Cyprus, your sport, your destination.